throws back to the keeper, which the keepers absolutely dread. I hate it when it just pitches a metre or two before them. Sort of had the deflection of hitting the stumps. It was nicely taken, very neat.
Bit of a musical chair between the two keepers. So it was Rizwan earlier on, about a year and a half back, that dethroned his seat behind the stumps, and now it's Faz making a comeback of sorts.
A bit of the case in point with most teams around the world. You think of, I think at some stage England have got 3 keepers in their squad. South Africa have got 3 in this one day in T20 squad. You guys have 2. Even New Zealand. I saw Conway was a keeper for one of the games.
India
have got a couple who can do the job, yeah. The old days used to have that backup wicketkeeper. We used Gary Kirsten at one stage.
Goes to fielder Rizwan. Good over for South Africa, 8 from it, 155 for 5.
क्यों है ये दाग इतने इम्पॉसिबल?
लेकिन अब एरियल करेगा सब पॉसिबल।
एरियल में शामिल माइक्रो स्क्रबर की पावर कॉलर्स के जिद्दी दागों का सफाया सिर्फ एक धुलाई में।
सर्विस टायर्स आला क्वालिटी इंपोर्टेड पॉलीमर्स से बने जबरदस्त नए ट्रेड डिजाइन्स।
ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी?
Garriant fully synthetic motor oil for engines to outperform.
For South Africa, first 53 balls, 58 in the third one, 68 balls. Required rate has jumped over 8. Up against the wall, SA. I would still want Pakistan to have an established middle order or middle order batsman rather than having a keeper there to do the job. That's an add-on if you're a keeper. Batting is an add-on. So rather than having an add-on, you've got to have someone who can finish the innings, who's more established, who's a regular in the middle order.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think over the years, some of the guys who've come at like 5 and 6 or even 7 who had that all-rounder capacity in order to win games for Pakistan. Names that come to mind: Khan, Zak, Shoaib Malik, Azam Mahmood. Just that kind of, I think, just that kind of player is missing for Pakistan. It's the one area where someone with a big hitability as well, someone like what Afridi used to come in at the back end, was never over until he was out. Just don't seem to have. Hassan Ali is putting his name up saying, hey,
yeah,
I need a promotion. I got 100 in the first class final. Come here and I'm showing him my skills. How many sixes did I hit in that one over? 4 or 5?
4 sixes. That's a clean hitter of the ball, and I like the way he attacked the bowling from ball number 1, because had it not been for his cameo, things could have been different. That's big shot. What a shot that is. That is massive.
A little bit of a short arm jab, and there's a smile on his face. So there should be. The timing was sublime. Just a slight drag down. Just rolls those wrists, and as he hits it, he looks back at the surface because he knows that's right off the middle. You get that feeling, you get that sensation. And then after a while, you just look back to see how far it's gone.
Beautifully balanced. Right in the middle of the blade. Great shot. Absolutely nailed it. Oh, another stylishly played shot, this time through point. Fahim Ashraf at 6s and 7s.
Yeah, Fahim's pace of just over 130. You need to be a little bit more accurate than he's been in his last two. The drag down, it's easy to play the pick-up pull against 130 kilometers per hour, and this one offers up a change and too much width. You'll be a little disappointed with how he's bowled these last two deliveries. But credit goes to Verena as well. 26 off 19. And when there's bowlers that have missed a beat, he's gone onto it in a flash.
Great over for South Africa, 11 from it, 166 for 5. And we'll have a little pause for drinks.
डैंड्रफ वापस आ गया तो शैम्पू बदलना छोड़ो, हेड एंड शोल्डर्स का बकायदा इस्तेमाल करें। खुश्की के जम पर असर 100% तक खुश्की मिटाए और लौटने से रोके, कंधे से बोझ हटा दे। हेड एंड शोल्डर्स।
Garriant fully synthetic motor oil for engines to outperform.
सेफगार्ड हाथ धोने के बाद घंटों तक जर्म्स को वापस आने से महफूज भी करता है। हिफाजत रहे अब जर्म्स से घंटों हिफाजत।
Babar Azam, one of the best in the world, shall be in South Africa, spurring his charges. Mohammad Rizwan with his never say die approach, augmented by the everlasting Mohammad Hafiz. Fakhr Zaman, the return of Shakil Khan. Time for Haider Ali coming of age. Fit again Shahbaz. The goal of Mohammad Nawaz. The winning leg spinner Usman Khader Rahman. Fahim Ashraf. Haris Rauf and Mohammad Wasim. They have in them to give South Africa a run for their money. Pakistan Tour of South Africa 2021. Live and exclusive on PTV Sports.
Presented by
100% तक खुश्की मिटाए और लौटने से रोके, कंधे से बोझ हटा दे। हेड एंड शोल्डर्स।
Garriant fully synthetic motor oil for engines to outperform.
Lights got switch on.
ग्रुप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी?
Service Tires.
brought to you by
Boom boom मचा दे धूम।
बेरियल करेगा सब पॉसिबल।
नया बेहतर सर्फ एक्सेल, इसकी स्टेन लिफ्टर टेक्नोलॉजी सब सूखे दाग भी खींच निकाले, दागों का चांस।
Supported by Diamond Paints, Pakistan's #1 paint.
पाक फैन जिद्दत के 75 साल।
ड्यू बॉडी पे लगाया तो है ऑल डे। ड्यू बॉडी स्प्रे जिनकी खुशबू उड़ेगी नहीं चलेगी।
Game on here, it's on Game on here, it's on PTV Sports.
166 for 5, Pakistan putting up a good show in the end with the bat. Fakhr another 100, Babar almost another 100. Imam 57 of 73, so platform was established well by Fakhr and Imam, and then it was the last 2 overs that did the job for Pakistan. 43 runs in the last 2 overs of the innings. Got them to 320, and South Africa in pursuit of a win and a series win. This is kind of a final game. 166 for the loss of 5. Behind the 8 ball, South Africa. 155 needed from 114 balls. Usman Khader, 6 over, 1 for 28. He's coming on to bowl again. Very impressive young kid, because we saw him bowl the Rangan. The leggies have spun, and that flipper, Polly, was pretty impressive.
There's been 2 good examples. One of them picked up the wicket of John Smith went through his defences, and then the delivery to Temba Bavuma was a fantastic one as well. Also, Temba didn't pick up the change of trajectory and length. But I think these 4 overs from him could be proved to be really vital, particularly in the middle order where guys haven't faced this kind of bowling before. Can they pick the variations and deal with it?
Oh, lovely bowling, lovely bowling. Bauji, बस वही हाथ वही रखना है, ठीक है ना? हैं? वही जो पहले किया, हल्का, तेज नहीं करना इन लोगों को.
You got to somehow read him off the hand. Because if you're trying to read him off the pitch, then you're in no position A to attack him and B to be comfortable as a batsman. Right now being lectured by Sarfraz.
He won't ask for translation. That's been his problem though. I don't know if it's... I'm sure it might be a little bit of a technical thing. Maybe he's trying to rush it or get through his action too quickly. But his default setting today, unfortunately, has been the over-pitch delivery, which makes it so easy because then you don't have to worry about what kind of delivery it was. You can just whack through it. But when he gets it on a good length, and it's the mystery of, okay, hold on, that's landed perfectly. What delivery is it? That's where the problem is created.
Yeah, I mean, the more he'll bowl, I think the better he'll get. Still very young, very raw. But you can see that there is serious talent. Angular run-up like his dad. Finishes like his dad as well.
There's a bit of Imran Tahir to it as well. The angle that he
right.
comes in and the speed he bowls at. And he gets through his action. Oops.
Yeah,
That one's got onto him a bit quicker than he thought.
I think he's got to find more accuracy with the length.
That's my take on it. And when you bowl in Pakistan, you probably get away with it because of the nature of the surfaces. It can just stick in the surface and maybe not come on. But when you come onto some of the better surfaces to bat on with, I say, like hitting through the line against the spinners, like in England and Australia and South Africa, you have to be a little bit more accurate.
Ball, I think, 3 googlies to the left-hander so far. And because he hasn't picked them, so it becomes just a little bit difficult for the striker to use his feet.
मचा दे धूम. Hits it in the air. Will that be safe? What a magnificent performance!
Sting, lights that switch on.
अपनी खूबसूरती के लिए मेरा फैसला ड्यू ब्यूटी क्रीम.
Just want to show off all his talent, don't you?
Thank God I did not sort of ask for anything else. Even after years of handling the mic, he can still look like an idiot if you press the wrong button. There we go then. 29-run partnership of 27 balls. 8.44 is the rate required.
I think what we need to tell our viewers is that there's a little box that we work on that's got different sounds and how we communicate with the guys downstairs. And what happens is we press a little button here in order to shush ourselves, and it goes directly to our director downstairs. And Rami's pressed the wrong yellow one. That's why you heard him come live to air. So now for the worst kept secret. Worst kept secret, and we thought we could go under the radar. This is what Ramis was asking for.
Yeah, the wrong gun and the flipper. I mean, I'm really impressed with the flipper variation, because he got it up absolutely right, and you feel so chuffed when you deceive the batsman and bowl him eventually. It was shorter in length. That's the other giveaway. So the googly is pitched up in the driving range, and the flipper is on the back of the good length, so that it allows the ball to just kiss the surface and fleet across at pace. The wrong one probably pitched on that off stump area, and the flipper on that middle stump line. How cleverly used the middle finger really to let the ball slip through at pace. Oh, that is gone. Huge, humongous six.
Just walked across the stumps, as Andila Peflakwaya, and just flicked it on its way. Timing is superb. He didn't even move. He knew he had made enough contact to take it onto the bank. And on the angle, ball coming into him, heading down the leg side. Almost a free hit in many respects.
Hassan Ali's issue is that he leaks a lot of runs. He can be a match winner, a wicket taker, but then he goes for plenty, and if that wickets column is not filled up, it looks just a little bit frivolous and unnecessary. 177 for 5.
Great job, Sean. सारे स्टंट्स खुद ही.
ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी.
जबरदस्त नई ट्रेंड डिजाइन बेहतरीन रोड ग्रिप के लिए. ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी.
जिंदगी की हर कहानी और हर घर का हिस्सा है. पाक फैन जिद्दत के 75 साल.
Hits it in the air. Will that be safe? What a magnificent performance.
Lights are switch on.
Around 8.5.
Yeah, Bagad. Emi Boche. Shabash.
Been a bit of discussion about deception in the last few days. That's the key for a spinner, is to try and create that deception, so it's difficult to pick the variations, and before you know it, you haven't picked the right one and you're in trouble.
Another googly. It's not going to waver from his strategy. So this is the wrong one. Look where it pitched. Back of the hand delivery in the driving range. Could have pushed it up just a little bit. And this is the flipper. Almost a half tracker. They're difficult to control. The back of the hand initial grip of the ball and then letting it rip. Pavuma had no idea, no clue. Looked amazed.
सही है. Bazi. Very well bowled. बहुत अच्छे बाबूजी. आखिरी अच्छा करना है बस इसी हाथ से. शाबाश.
Calling Usman Qadir Babuji. Rizwan Babuji was his dad's pet name also.
बाबूजी क्या बात है. बहुत अच्छे. क्या बात है.
It's another thing that he didn't like it a lot. That pet name Abdul Qadir. 181 for 5.
Guaranteed fully synthetic motor oil for engines to outperform.
Mario's pasta है फन से भरा
Service tires, आला क्वालिटी इंपोर्टेड पॉलीमर्स से बने जबरदस्त नाइट्रेट डिजाइन.
ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी.
Fowles have stayed away from the ground. We haven't seen any drama weather-wise because rain was predicted today.
That's the water tower, so the clouds didn't pop in, pick up the water and come and dump it on us today. Interesting tactic that from Pesakwa in the last delivery. It is something he likes to do, use his feet to try and upset the seams. We don't see men running at the faster bows all that often these days. They tend to just base themselves at the crease and look to smash the ball from that point. Yeah, your point is very valid about Hassan Ali. Often when I've watched him, I think, gee whiz, that's good. He'll land up and run a decent length, get the ball to shape away from the right-handers and be consistent. But then every once in a while, he'll just drag down or an over-pitched one, and it seems like, just let yourself down in that over with that one delivery. He started well here, 2-dot deliveries. Down the leg side, it's an appeal to try and prevent the wide from being called, but it hasn't worked.
I think he needs to calm down just a little bit and assess the situation more, the match situation. What is demanded of his bowling at a certain stage of the game. I think he starts off bowling seam-ups, ends up bowling seam-ups.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, as a coach, it can be just as simple as an idea to put into the bowler's head, is that at the point of getting into your gather or just about to get into your action, let's just create something that's consistent. So let's like have a consistent point where you raise your left hand, you look on the inside of it, you look at the top of the off stump, and you feel like you lock yourself into a position. And you try and repeat that, and it's just the consistency of that before you deliver, which can sometimes have the effect on the consistency down the line. It's nicely bowled.
I think he's an excellent bowler, or becomes an excellent bowler if you've got runs to play with. But in a tight situation, you're flirting with risk.
I mean, you look at his attributes, as I say, we've seen him bowl up front with a new ball and he gets the shape in it. And he has brilliant ability to bowl in-swinging Yorkers if the ball particularly starts to reverse. So he's got all those attributes. It's just probably the consistency part that lets him down from time to time.
It's been an excellent over so far. One wide. It's the only single conceded by him.
Yeah, it would happen now. We're discussing his inconsistency. And he bowls 5-dot deliveries in a row. Just the one wide sliding down, and he'll probably finish the over with the dot ball as well.
His angle round the stumps to left-handers is really impressive. Bowled brilliantly to left-handers during Champions Trophy in 2017. Another short ball that's put away this time for at least a single. So just 2 from that over. Very good one from Hassan Ali. 1-8-3 for 5.
क्यों है ये दाग इतने इम्पॉसिबल?
लेकिन अब एरियल करेगा सब पॉसिबल.
एरियल में शामिल माइक्रो स्क्रबर्स की पावर कॉलर्स के जिद्दी दागों का सफाया सिर्फ एक धुलाई में.
ड्यू बॉडी स्प्रे लगाया तो है ऑल डे. ड्यू बॉडी स्प्रे की खुशबू उड़ेगी नहीं चलेगी.
Guaranteed fully synthetic motor oil for engines to outperform.
Just a little bit of a scratch behind the line. Let's see what the third umpire goes with. Hassan Ali was back ready to bowl the delivery, but now he's walking towards the stumps. So, having seen the footage on the big screen, he's convinced that it wasn't a no ball, but it hasn't worked. It is. It will be a free hit to end the over.
Hazy and Mackay and Ginny up next. Sorry to wake you from your slumber, Hazy.
One thing we must mention, we used to face Mark Hazeman's bowling. It was a free hit every ball.
There's a special bowler every time it hit the middle of the bat. Right, but we have a freebie here. He's getting ready for a repost. Oh, that was pretty needless. Mid-off was up in the circle, could have gone straight over his head. So a dot of a freebie. It's 184 for 5. Over to you, Mike Haseman and Mackay.
Ramesh, thank you very much. Yeah, no connection there through to the keeper, so I didn't make the most of that free hit. Sarfraz seemed to enjoy that. So South Africa need 137 from 90 balls. They've got to go at over 9 runs and over from here, so it's going to be a little bit of a tough call. Kadir. Need a couple of boundaries early in the over. Now there's one. That'll help their cause. 2 boundaries and over, I guess, is what they require at this stage, if not very close to it.
Pakistan almost did it the last game. Will South Africa test themselves to get closer into the total score? And the first ball with a boundary.
Well, this partnership now is worth 48 between these two. That's good work. That's chipped away, back with a square, just the one, takes it to 49. Just noticing Rizwan is not moving too well out there at the moment. He seems to be struggling quite a bit.
Remember the game in Durban? You see, Andile was batting David Miller.
I do.
If Andile can have those blankers again, being able to say, I did it before, I can do it again.
And Varane is a very good cricketer. 31 at the moment, 26 balls, 50 partnership off exactly 50 balls between these two now. Nice and fine. Oh, that's good scrambling. He's really struggling. Slipping and sliding all over the place. Rizwan, you can see all the tape he's got on his fingers as well. So Sarfraz in the lineup today doing a keeping job. Rizwan's got lots of tape all over his fingers. He's struggling a bit with his back as well at the moment, so he's in the wars. Dive like that is not going to help his cause either.
Keeper's hands, isn't it? Tape all of them.
synthetic motor oil.
So his numbers right now are tidy, and he bowled quite briskly earlier.
The reason is back. He's only gone for 20 runs, 12 dots. He can do exactly what he has done already. More dots, pressure to South African lineup.
And break this partnership. That's what the captain will want. He only knows to bowl one way. Haris Rauf, he bowls quickly, very quickly.
That's the good thing about it. You have someone that can really rush batsmen, bring him in, and then you throw the ball to him and say, I don't want to see any change. What I want from you, running and hit the deck hard. The more you hit the splice of the bat, the better for the team.
Rise of catcher, but he's found the gap, and that's gone for 4. Back of the square on the offside. Solid again from Verreynne. Brings up the 200 as well, that shot.
Much shorter and with good cricketers, they jump on those ones. Verreynne did exact that. See that hitting on the up. Good cricketer.
It's a better line and length from Haris Rauf.
I remember watching Verreynne first time watching him play was in Bloemfontein. He scored 100. I said to the guys next to me, Victor Pitsang was there. And I say, Vic, watch the space. This young fella would play for South Africa anytime soon.
Scramble 3 for 1. So 7 of this over, 2 balls to go. They need to go at just under 9. Throw from here. I think we might have another tight finish. We've had 2 so far, why not another one? In the final as well. Scramble for the silverware, for the trophy. Nicely played, nice and late. This time from Verreynne down to third man, brings Hassan Ali into play.
Good thing about him, doesn't look being rushed. Very cool, calm and collected. Mind his own business. Future South Africa, years to come. See a lot of that.
Solid, hard delivery to
जो है बॉल कम करे सिर्फ 14 दिन में पैंटीन बाल गिरे कम तो खुले ज्यादा.
Hendricks and Sapomla to bring up the rear. So 37 overs gone, 205 for 5. Lights are shining quite brightly now at Supersport Park. There's a breakdown of the balls per 50. It's all been pretty tight except the third one where some wickets started to tumble at that stage. That third block of 50. 43 runs for the last block of 50 is the quickest so far. So the two big quicks back in the game. This is the man that the captain likes to turn to break partnerships to get the big wickets. Shaheen Shah Afridi. He's got 1 for 26 so far in his 5 overs. Oh, it's a nice solid shot. Good running, safely through for a single.
Good start from Afridi. It's one of the things, Hazy. You know that you've got a gun bowler. They used to say now, someone can be able to run in, take the partnership. It's a man to go. Afridi.
What's got to be going through these two batsmen's mind is that they've got to make sure they finish the job. They don't leave it up to someone else. It's going to be difficult for someone to come out of the crease now and pick up this tempo straight away. These two guys are in. They've done the hard yards. They've played very well, both of them. Katlakhoyo has now moved to 30. Verreynne on 44. The partnership is good. It's with 67. As far as South Africa is concerned, they've got to make sure they continue. Suddenly, if a wicket falls and Maharaj gets out in the middle, we know that he can be a little bit inconsistent with the bat from time to time. Whereas these two guys are solid players. They've got to make sure they do the job. They're in possession.
The only way that they can do that, AZ, is to communicate. If they are able to keep on looking at the scoreboard and say, we get 2 good overs here, we're getting closer. 75 deliveries to just chase 114.
Oh, he's picked that up nicely. It's over the top. It's not quite out of the screws. They should be able to touch and turn. They do. End result is a couple. It's very difficult to pull someone onto the bank when he's bowling 146 k's per hour and he's bowling the correct line across the right-hander batsman.
It's one of those things that if they can say, if we don't get out from Afridi, someone else is going to come for that and we can capitalize on that. Let's make sure we get runs per ball from his side. 6 runs, it's okay. If he bowls 1 bad ball, we put it away. He's a good bowler and they know it. He doesn't give anything for nothing.
I'll tell you what, you're going to be very impressed with the speeds that suddenly Afridi's come back with. That last delivery, 147 k's per hour. Correction, 145 k's per hour. That one was quite brisk. Well-directed short delivery. Straight at Katlakhoyo. Coming back for the second, gets the dive in, safely home, no dramas, 2 more. So 7 off that over, that's good work. 212 for 5.
Service Tires, आला क्वालिटी इंपोर्टेड पॉलीमर्स से बने जबरदस्त नए ट्रेड डिजाइन्स।
ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी? ड्यू बॉडी पे लगाया तो है ऑल डे। ड्यू बॉडी स्प्रे, जिनकी खुशबू उड़ेगी नहीं चलेगी।
There is nothing in this game. Pakistan at the same stage with 216. There were wickets off, better off than South Africa. South Africa 5, Pakistan 3, but they were losing wickets at this stage. No bounce whatsoever that time from Haris Rauf.
Stage we thought that they would go and get up to 350. Look at the overs, look at the runs they had on board. They ended up losing more wicket than we thought.
Tell you what's so tight in this game and what can turn it quite dramatically, I think, is if there's one good over that's bowled or one good over of batting, that could really turn this game around. South Africa have one good over where they get, say, 18, somewhere around there off the one over, a couple of balls under the bank, maybe. It's turned into a huge over, and that will certainly make the job so much easier and will put them on a roll to go home. Conversely also, if Pakistan happen to bowl a good tight over, and of course also if they also pick up a wicket, then that will change the fortunes towards Pakistan, towards the visitors. So a swing of one over. That's all it's going to take. Four runs. See, that's gone very quickly indeed. Bit of width. Patrick took care of that.
He looks good. Andile. He's on 36. Can really turn things around when he wants to. Mentioned earlier, he did it in Durban. He can do it right here. Centurion.
Looks like he's got the bit between the teeth at the moment. Patrick. That really was a terrific shot. 5 runs from the over now. Smashed that as well. Was it on the fall? Perhaps on the bounce. That certainly might have done a bit of damage here. Mamul Haq looks like he's in a bit of trouble. It was hit very, very hard indeed. No, he looks like he's in a lot of trouble. Get the medics out there, quick smile, I would imagine, because he's already got a few digits that have had to be looked after. Occupational hazard as an opening batsman. Certainly get some wraps on those gloves and the nets and in the middle. And clearly he's got another nasty smack on one that's already quite damaged. Cliffy Deacon is out there. He didn't rush out there, Cliffy Deacon. I imagine that he spent quite a bit of time looking after him in the change and making sure they're okay and good enough to field. No, he's obviously done something else to it. Cliffy Deacon's maybe dislocated. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'll leave it up to the reports afterwards. Doctor and Teeny?
Not even close. That was hit. Drop catch.
Oh, it was a catch too. Oh, goodness me. Grassed. That's an opportunity.
Catch. Aim the fingers. Up again.
Is he going to stay on or go off? Too bad if he's going to stay on. That's why Cliffy Deacon wasn't sprinting out, maybe. No, he's staying on. Right, he seems okay now after that. Two balls left in the over.
Slower ball. 24 kilometers an hour. Just roll the fingers on that one. Half an hour on a short.
Yes, Harris Ralph will feel a little bit hard done by in the fact that that catch wasn't taken. I guess that's the bottom line of that over. 7 runs off the over, 11 overs remaining now, 219 for 5.
fully synthetic motor oil for engines to outperform.
अपनी खूबसूरती के लिए मेरा फैसला ड्यू ब्यूटी क्रीम।
Pressure is piling up. South Africa. They need some magic. 102 is needed. 66 deliveries. Who is going to take it on? Reina or Andile?
Afridi now around the wicket to Verena. Cleverly opens the blade, runs it down the third man, he wanted to, not there though. Slept at the bowler's end. Slept upon turning. 50 up now for Verena off 40 balls. It's really good work. It's been a fine knock, but he will know he's not finished. This is exactly what we've been talking about the start of the game's play. This is the sort of opportunity that people can take and really stick their hands up and tell the selectors, right, I'm here, I want to play for South Africa. There are guys who've gone, Verena gets an opportunity. Maybe he should have played originally in the first couple of games, I don't know. But he's a very good cricketer and he has scored runs before. But if he steers this ship home, it'll be quite remarkable. Solid shot this time from Petlakwayo. No run though, straight to covers. So Verena's got an opportunity to stake a claim here, to make a little bit of a hero of himself if he happens to get South Africa up.
Believe in both of them. South Africa in their hands.
That's beautifully bowled. My goodness, that's a very good delivery. Good pace, good lift, thudded into the gloves as well. It's good work from Afridi.
Cannot pull those, Andile. Hold absolutely speedster.
Goes short again, a little bit late on the shot. Still picks up one though. Bottom line is they've just had two ones of 4 balls in this over. To Verena now to try and break these shackles. That's a great delivery. You can do nothing with that. That is a really top-notch delivery.